Gale Sayers is 34, is the youngest player ever to be inducted in the Hall of Fame, who not only helped make our dreams come true, but also who captured my heart.
Nicknamed the Kansas Comet, Gale Sayers had a memorable career with the Bears. He will be featured in this week's episode of NFL Icons, a show that explores the lives and careers of some of the biggest names in the history of pro football. Joining us now to tell us more is producer Paul Camarata. Good morning.
Good morning, Pat. How are you?
Doing well. So looking at the list of people, I'm sorry, I have my glasses on here. Looking at the guys that you feature for this, Kurt Warner was one of them, Joe Montana, DeMarcus Ware, and Gale Sayers. That's pretty select company. I mean, you could have chosen anybody. What was it about Gale Sayers that made you want to include him in this?
I mean, Gale is definitely a not just once-in-a-generation talent, but really a once-in-a-lifetime, once-in-an-NFL history-type talent. The league over 100 years old, and there really are elements of him that are still singular. They were mind-blowing, I think, when they first came onto the scene in the 60s, and the fact that they stand up, the body of work, the footage pops off the screen as much in 2025 as it did in 1965. And as Papa Bear mentioned there, some of the distinctions, notably being the youngest player ever inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, don't just hold up, but really may live forever. So when you look at a guy like Gale Sayers, it just makes sense to revisit stories like that and really to pass them on to younger fans who may have never heard of him.
Yeah, I feel like he was one of those guys. You know, like some guys, you can look at their body of work and you can look at their statistics on paper and you can say, man, this guy was a hell of a player. But Gale Sayers, I feel like, was one of those guys that really, to appreciate him, you had to see him. Like Devin Hester, when you watched Devin Hester, you said there was nobody like this guy. Is that accurate to say?
100%. I mean, you took the name out of my mouth. The fans of a certain age know Devin Hester, maybe a little bit older, they know Walter Payton and out there in Chicago. Well, the reality is, before both of them was a guy who sort of combined a lot of their skills in Gale Sayers. You know, a tough running back. That part might actually be forgotten because of how dynamic and explosive he was. A record-breaking kick returner, you know, a champion sprinter in college at Kansas. He embodied all the things that, again, jump off the screen. And you look at for any position, but particularly running backs, really the images, the elements are their resume, the footage. You look at his footage and you consider it his resume, and it looks like he maybe played 10, 12, 13 years. Yeah. The guy played 68 games. Yeah. And yet every run, whether it's a 4-yard grind up the middle or something around the end, or again, one of those kick returns where he just outraced everybody, they're really just they're unique unto themselves, and you add them all up and you say, boy, this is a guy like nothing I've ever seen before. Again, you would need to combine multiple people really to sort of create an image of what he was in full and in total.
I think, you know, what he was off the field kind of added to his legacy too, and the legend of him. I mean, we had him on the show a couple of times, and he was always a guy he just glided when he walked through a room. Like there was a certain elegance that he carried himself with.
Super humble, super down to earth. One of the great things about this series is we're able to source and combine and bring back to life, and sometimes for the first time ever, interviews and recordings of these players from throughout their careers. And you just see this humility that was there when he was a young man and was there as an older gentleman, after he was in the Hall of Fame, after he became a successful businessman, an athletic administrator out in the Midwest, before he built his computer business. And in fact, there's the origin story of he and his wife meeting, and it's really all about how she was captured by how down to earth he was. Yeah, I think when you mash up sort of how incredibly dynamic and explosive he was as an athlete, and just what a gentleman he was off the field, again, it speaks to the real unique humanity of this guy, in addition to what an incredible running back he was.
Yeah. All right, Paul, thank you so much. NFL Icons is streaming now on MGM+. You can catch the episode featuring Gale Sayers this Friday. For more information, visit mgmplus.com. Thanks again, Paul.
Thank you. Appreciate it.